you want to buy this cup from me for 20 bucks. I tell you what, send me 20 cents. I'll hold it for you for the week. When the week is over, you decide whether you want to pay the 20 bucks or not. That's an option. You have the right to buy it from me anytime between now and when the option expires to exercise your option. That means if you really want my cup for 20 bucks, okay, you give me a non-refundable deposit, which is an option, premium. So you're actually paying a premium. It's kind of like a down payment, kind of, but not really, because you don't get it back. You know, you give it, but you don't get it back unless you use it. So it gives you the right, but not the obligation, to buy something at a certain price by a certain date. That's basically what an option is. All right, Jack Massey. When you're deciding whether a day is up or down, are you paying attention to the color of the bar? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Okay? Take a look, because you see 5 things every time you see a bar, a candle. They're called candles, and let me explain why they're called candles. You got the candle itself, you got the top wick, you got the bottom wick. You got the top horizontal line and the bottom horizontal line. So the 5 is the closing price. The bottom horizontal line is the opening price, thus a green up day. Okay, opens here, closed there. It means it went up. Opposite on the red. Okay, top of the wick, the high, bottom of the wick, low. The top horizontal line is the opening price. The bottom horizontal line is the closing price. It means the stock went down. Okay? And how do you find the bottom? Right there. Now, I don't know how to explain it any simpler than that. Okay, you take a look at whatever time frame you're looking at. That is a 1-year chart. And if that doesn't work for you, check this one out. You'll like this one much better. Okay, this one is much easier to read, but it takes up more space. I don't really like using it, but here's the thing. How do you tell what's the true bottom? CB, are you ready? Do you see that right there, that big square? It says the high. That's the high of the year. That is the low of the year. I don't have to do anything. Somebody does it for me. Big, huge white square right there. And it says low. That's the low of the year. That's the high. That's the high of the year. Okay, it's already done for you. Oh, we're almost done. Holy cow. Gilly, flip your screen. All right, whatever. Can you explain? Oh, I already did that one. Mirror your screen. Thank you. S&P 5. KV, we already looked at. AT&T, we already looked at. Ambev, we already looked at. We already looked at spaghetti. Apple. AAPL. Interesting. Let's get out of there. Let's go to there. What do you think? There's Apple right there. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up, down, up. Now it looks like Apple is changing directions. Here's the top right there. Okay, there's the top, drops, back up, back down. Now we have 1 day to the upside. Only one. I like to have 3. 2 days the upside. On the 3rd day, I'll jump in. So let's take up some more of these questions. What's a good covered call tomorrow? Hey, Victor, how are you today? Uh-oh. Connor, GT. Isn't that Goodyear tire? If he knew, he wouldn't grift on TikTok. Well, thank you for that, Clueless. All right, Tyson, thank you. Victor, how long do you have to hold a stock to get the dividend? 2 days. Moan, could you please explain why stocks go up when they are about to issue a dividend and how to take advantage? Well, that's an interesting question. Let me see if I can explain it as quickly as possible. Old people like consistency and predictability. And most people who buy dividend stocks looking to collect the dividend called dividend capturing. Okay, because it's right there. All you got to do is buy the stock before the EX date, sell it after the EX date, and just grab it. It's called dividend capturing. Okay, people look for they look for money. They look for guaranteed money because a dividend is something they pay out consistently every 90 days. So there's a whole bunch of people out there. It's called dividend capturing. You look at the stock, you get ready to buy it just before the dividend. And when people buy just before the dividend, the stock goes up. How you take advantage of it? You come up with a trading strategy that makes sense. There's so many of them, it's difficult to tell you all of them. We already did that. We already did that. Alex, what's happening? Alex is in the house. Tyson, how do we do it? Okay, I've been explaining that one. All right. Clipper Jones, how are you today? You got some more questions. Let's go. More questions. We already looked at Ford. Moan, please. You asked the same question about 10 times. Only ask once. Cause and Astra, what's happening? All right. Do buy the stock and hold them after the calls or are over or sell those the same time as the EX date? No. Okay, so the EX date, all it is the day in which the stock is getting ready to pay the dividend. The EX date is the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid. So buying the stock before the EX date allows you to qualify to capture the dividend. But you do have to own the dividend stock on the date of record. Okay? Passport Eric, I collected good premiums on Dollar Tree last 2 weeks. No dividends though, but I got it from our list. Yeah, some people do like a Dollar Tree. I do invest in it once in a while. There are a few that I will break the rules for. There are a few. Dollar Tree is one of them. Just because of the way the economy is, more people are going towards the Dollar Tree, and it's just stocks just keep going up. How long are you holding these companies, and do you always sell calls against these? The HUD 6. Every single position I have gives me some money every single week. That's all I do. The money comes in every single week from each and every single position I have. I don't have a single position in any of my stuff that doesn't have weekly options that I don't take advantage of every single week. Annie, how are you? William Ward, I've watched in silence. How have you not pulled out your hair? I have 4 children and 1 grandchild. Patience, okay? Ooh, Shoprative, Harley Davidson. We're running out of time. We're not going to be able to take a look at Harley Davidson. We're not going to look at any more stocks tonight because we're running out of time. It's 10 minutes of 11, and I'm usually done by 11. Ooh, Alex, how's Hertz looking? Don't know. We'll look at it tomorrow. American Airlines, if one more update, maybe. William, I paid 98 cents per share for Ford and still riding it. Cool beans. Care Bear, how are you doing? River, how are you? Thank you for that. William Ward, thank you. Christo, how do you pick your stock prices to sell the call? You know, some of these questions Christo, I'm finding a little challenging. Okay? If I'm buying a stock at 263.88, the closest strike price is going to be this 262.50. That's it. Whichever one's closest and safe. That's it. If I'm buying it at $50, I'm selling the 50. If I buy it at $10, I'm selling it at 10. Do I do penny stocks? No, I don't. William Ward, you're over 60? Cool beans, so am I. This room is popping tonight. Yeah, it's going pretty good. BBWI, uh-oh. Bed Bath Works. Bed and Bath Works, is that it? Love penny and got burnt a lot. Yep. I tried it many, many years ago. I just don't do it anymore. Why do we care if we like the camp company? If it's profitable, it's a good buy. No, not necessarily so. Because there are companies that are profitable, but the morals behind it might not be good. Such as Reynolds. They do cigarettes. Some people are strictly against cigarettes and they won't do it. Or Coors, or Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch. Some people are just dead against certain things on low battery, on principle. Right? So anytime you want to buy something, make sure you want to own it. Okay, not everything people want to buy and own. To minimize taxes, do we need incorporate first? Chad, that's an awesome question. That's like the best question of the night. To minimize taxes, do we need incorporation first? Well, here's the thing. If you have your trading account in your own personal name, congratulations. You are paying the absolute highest taxes possible. Seriously, if your trading account is in your personal name, you are paying the absolute highest taxes there is. If you do an LLC, a limited liability corporation, or a family trust, some kind of foundation, something that gets it out of your name, then you are paying taxes on the corporate level. And that's totally different. Because here's the thing about corporations. Corporations have expenses, such as, hypothetically speaking, a corporate car, corporate insurance for key employees. If I'm the president of my corporation pays for a car for me, pays for my health insurance for me, and pays for my life insurance for me because I'm a key employee to my corporation. Thus, all the profits that I make get offset by the losses of the corporation. And guess, here's another good one. You're going to love this one. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, my corporation decides that our corporate quarterly meeting is going to be in Cancun this week. Guess what? That's a tax write-off. And if you structure it properly, that means you fly to Cancun on a Friday, you stay over the weekend, and you have your corporate meeting on Monday morning. All right, you have your pre-meeting on Friday, the highlights. And then Monday's an in-depth meeting. What about the weekend? That's free. Think about it. Anyway, let's keep on going. How do we check that? Mido, I'm not quite sure. Mido, I'm not sure what is it you want to check. St. Martin, hey, back again. Nice to see you. American Airlines is one more update. Okay. Someone didn't pay attention, didn't pay internet bill. No, that's not it at all. It's the whole area is going out. It's not just me. Okay? Yep. TT out. I have no idea what that means. Oh no! TikTok stream is down too. Oh, what a bummer. It seems to be okay here. Brock's mom, how are you? Nick, BBWI, we look at tomorrow. Christo, thank you for sharing your experience. You're welcome. John Bahay, ask me tomorrow about TAP. Vivian. Good evening, Miss Vivian, and how are you today? Christo, how do you pick your stock prices for selling calls? Whatever I buy it for, whatever strike price is the closest. That's a no. What were you thinking, jokester? How are you doing? Vivian, hello, good evening. Alex, all done. Yep, we're all done. I'm just finishing up with the questions. What do we have here? Gemma, what's going on? Rena, good evening. Jim Bibby, woohoo! Unable to log in on Zoom. It says you are in another meeting. Really? Sorry about that, Jim. Gorlock, the video is reversed. I suppose to watch it in the mirror. Is it reversed? Let me see. Let me stand up. Let me move this out of the way. No, that's a no. It looks normal to me. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right. What are we looking at? What's the ticker? You never answered Andrew's question. Yes, I did. He wanted to know what an option was. An option is the right, but not the obligation. That's a call option. A put is obligatory. If you buy or sell a put, you're forcing someone or someone is forcing you into doing something. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. Your Humana call hit. Okay. Do you believe in Johnson & Johnson? Yeah, but Johnson & Johnson has terrible premiums. They're a great company, but the premiums aren't that good. They don't give 1% every week. Mick, what's going on? The doctor lawyer. Now that's interesting. A doctor and a lawyer together. Passport Eric, Delta. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. Making book, he doesn't answer Andrew's option question. Who wants some? Cotton Express, how many times do you want me to answer Andrew's question? He wanted to know what an option is. I answered it 4 times. Can we check Bud tomorrow? He's got 8 screens, but only looks at 1. Not true. Sorry, folks. He knows I'm on this screen, probably why he doesn't look this way. No, Cotton Express, that's not it at all. Okay, I alternate between the different screens. Passport Eric, spaghetti is ready, but a little expensive. Yeah, you're right. Cotton Express, he's freezing. Thank you. James is a good man, just not technically literate. Now, I'm not quite sure how to take that one, Cotton, but all right. But he's absolutely right. I have a lot of knowledge. I got a lot of wisdom. But technology is not my thing. That's why I have 8. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 cameras. Okay, they're not actually cameras. They're iPhones. I have 8 iPhones because iPhones are easy. You turn it on, you pick whatever platform you want to stream on, and then you hit play. And then I just got to stand in front of it and talk and answer the questions. That is easy. What's challenging is trying to figure out how the software that I paid for works. I actually paid for the software. I have no idea how it works. And I usually have my son Jacob come up and fix it for me. See, so I've had this old computer for years, and Jacob said, time for a new one. I don't want to buy a new one. The old one works slowly. So we got a brand new computer, so everything is really quick. But I still got the 8 cameras going. And one of these days, when I actually learn how to use the software, I'll probably only have 1 or 2 cameras. Your comments on Microsoft. We already looked at Microsoft. Microsoft is a dividend aristocrat. 25 years of increased profits. We'll take a better look at it tomorrow. Why don't you ever look at this camera? Cotton, I do. Rubinet. Ooh. Threading, that's that right? Threading the needles. Pfizer, I like it. Yes, Kovo, I got 8 iPhones. Actually, I got more than 8, but I only have 8 of them running at the moment. And then I have OBS Studio on the computer itself, and OBS Studio pushes it out to 5 other websites. So yeah, there's quite a bit of websites that I'm blurting out to, so to speak. All right, so what else do we got? JFM, how are you today? Pfizer, we looked at Pfizer. No, we'll look at it tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. That's it. I'm done over here. User 361970862019. Why couldn't your parents name you Tim? Oscar, thank you, Oscar. Why couldn't they name you Tim or Tom? How do we qualify for calls with Fidelity? You actually got to call up the broker and say, I want to qualify. I want to do options. And what they'll do is they'll send you a book to read. I believe it's called Characteristics and Risks of Standardized Options. I believe that's the name of the book. You got to read the book and you got to agree to everything. Like, do you understand that options are risky? Well, they are risky if you don't understand them. Okay? So you got to read the book and then you got to fill in a bunch of paperwork and then you get to do options. But don't do them unless you understand them. All right, we got one set of questions left down here. Gen Xer, we're going to take a look at Holly Davidson tomorrow. Christo, can you apply for it through the platform or website? I'm pretty sure you can. But when I did it, oh my God, I did it over 30 years ago. All right, what else do we have here? Vino, I'm learning something every day. Good for you. Ale, Procter & Gamble, I like it. There's just two directions, up and down, even it's ranging. Thank you, Chrysler. Bullish on Parade. Hey, man, loving the channel. Been going back and watching older videos. Keep it up. Thank you. How do you set up an LLC? Talk to who on the website? All right, Riley. Literally, you can open up an LLC for $0 and you just got to pay the state fee. I think it was like $49 to set up an LLC in the state of Florida. But depending on how you want to do it, you really should talk to a professional, like a lawyer, an accountant, and say, hey, I want to put my retirement funds into an LLC or a corporation to protect it against taxation. Okay? Because an LLC, you get a lot of write-offs that you can write off, which offsets profits. See, profits of one corporation can be offset by losses of another corporation. So if you're making lots of money in your trading account and the IRS wants to tax you, you say, wait a second, this is in my corporation. I got this bill, I got that bill, I got this bill, I got that bill. Okay, so that you actually have to talk to someone about. And you could probably just look up on YouTube how to set up an LLC with limited amount of money. All right, what else do we have down here? We got it, Riley. You're welcome. Thoughts on TD Bank? Bullish, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. Mr. Green. That's right, James. Tell them. All right. Vino. Is this channel still streaming? I'm seeing the loading spinning only. We're having issues with the internet around here. And it's not just me. I'm getting phone calls. Well, she's getting phone calls from people saying, well, the internet's down. Is your internet up? And she went to bed early because the YouTube went out. All right, anyway, let's keep on going. It's spinning. Yep, I heard that. We're good now. Okay, still spinning. Broken, blah, blah, blah. Yep. YouTube is down again. Okay. Nope. Apply. You have to adjust your risk tolerance settings. Thank you. Nope. Unless he is AI generated and has a glitch. No. AI generation doesn't do this, you know. This is not AI. I've never seen an AI do that one. Anyway. Vino, that's weird. In the morning had issues with Fidelity. Now YouTube. Okay. The other channel still playing. Okay. Thank you, Greenwoods. Mom, get off the phone. I'm trying to use the internet. Yep. We had that issue back a long time ago when we had dial-up. I don't know if you guys remember dial-up. If somebody picked up the phone, you got kicked off. How do you find the EX date? Ooh, rock. That's a good question. Now, I'm using Thinkorswim. So on Thinkorswim, the EX dates are already there. Okay? See the calendar behind me? All those little green dots represent the EX date. Now, you could, if you wanted to, go to Google and put in the search EX dividend calendar. And then you just put your stocks that you like into the calendar and they'll pop up. Because you know what? I actually have a Google Sheets. You can download it onto your phone and you can insert stocks in it. And it'll tell you what stocks are paying on what day. So you look at this week, what stocks are paying. Okay, yeah, we created that Google Sheet a while ago. I just got to find it. All right, what do we got? Bullish. Keep eyeballing Dollar Tree. Seems to topped out for me. Well, let's pull up Dollar Tree for a second. DLTR. DLTR. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah, that baby's coming down. No, think about it. Bullish. Take a look. Let's zoom in. Okay. Check it out, bullish. Here's the high of the year, 142. Okay, she shoots up, 142. Profit taking. Oh, wait a minute, that's it. That's the last question. Here it is. Thanks for another night of knowledge sharing. You got it, Bino. Bear in a foxhole wants to look at Wally World. WMT. There it is, there it is, there it is. And it figures. There it is. Hell no. Who came up with Walmart? Bear in a foxhole at the high of the year. Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. All right, so we are done. We're going to do this all over again tomorrow. I got all the questions done. There's no more questions here. No more questions there. No more questions there. That means I am done for the night. You guys have a great day, and we're going to do this all over again tomorrow. I got an unstable connection. Lost connection. Internet's not doing good tonight, is it? All right, that being said, you guys have a great day, and we will do this tomorrow. Tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. All right. Ooh, that one didn't even start. You guys have a great day. Great day. Great day. All right. Done, 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 done.